How good's footy?
Pretty good.
Welcome to One Day in September, or whenever you're watching this video, the greatest month on the calendar.
I love football.
I love football.
Because I love football.
And I love football as much as anybody.
And so do many others, making the AFL a massive behemoth industry. But why? Is it the pretty colours, tribal nature, the amped up commentators?
Boy, oh boy, wowee! Did you see that?
No. It's because it has all the trappings of reality TV, wrapped up in sports ball. See, modern sports are the marriage of reality TV and primal competition. Influences and rivalries. Will they or won't they? And us versus them. Drug scandals and mugshots. Heels and heroes. Knocking houses down or training the house down. AFL is the epitome of drama. Storylines of teams going back to back, writing their own histories. And all of this is spanning across way too many games of football. There is 423 games played in the men's season this year, including finals. That is a lot. You become attached to your team, storylines throughout the season and beyond, all while the AFL media feeds this obsession.
Is that the gutter journalist you want to be? No. Is that who you want to be?
But why am I telling you this? Because you need to know you're just watching reality TV in team colours.
We're going to exchange ideas, thoughts, and even our energy. We're not always going to get it right, and sometimes you're not going to agree with us. But that's okay, because just like you, we care. Just like you, we're passionate about the game, because we just love the footy.
You might be watching this video from one of the two worlds, and so it's important to distinguish where the line between sport and reality blurs. Feast your eyes on the drama dictionary. Season, trading, casting, contracts, heel, villain, recap podcasts, catchphrases,
Credit to the boys.
catchphrases,
That's hot.
theme songs,
Want to be on top.
white line fever, and crossing the line.
There comes a time when there's fun shade, and then there comes a time when it crosses the line and things become dangerous.
Right. You get the gist. They're the same thing.
We're different, but we're the same.
But there's a few more deep dives to really nail this set shot from 50 out. Slight angle, very little wind, so we should slot this through. I'm pretty sure you'll. The reality of life in the public eye is that any publicity is good publicity, most of the time. Athletes getting into trouble for partying too hard often receive a few weeks off, rap across the knuckles in terms of a fine, an awkward public apology, and some hard-earned relatability points with the public, as do Bravo celebrities.
We see each other. We good.
Wow, they're just like us. Plus the match review system, tribunal system, and appeal system for any on-field action deemed inappropriate gets the primetime must see and dissect every angle of this treatment. Notice any similarities to some of these promos.
The most powerful week of Married at First Sight starts tomorrow, 7:30.
They're all the hallmarks of an entertaining and rich season, good for advertising, character building, and parasocial relationships that force viewers to keep their eyes glued to the screens. Now, am I talking about footy or reality TV here? It's hard to tell, isn't it? What? Not much separates watching a live car chase, a chase down tackle, an F-boy chasing tail, or contestants trying to win money on the chase. Wait, how did that get in here? That pesky Larry Emder, he's taking over everything!
Apparently out there it's rhyming slang now that if you're going on a bender, you're going on a Larry Emder, so...
Both worlds wrap up their seasons with awards and reunions and fulfilling the journey promised. And I've not even spoken about goals, points, strategies, techniques. That's Survivor and Wipeout. Sure, it's still based in physical competition, but arguably, that's the Real Housewives franchises.
As real as your hair. Your tits, your ass, that whole ugly face ain't real.
Epic wins and fails, businesses opening and closing, jail time, mainstream success. And how could we forget the IRS storming the Mormon ladies of Utah? But more on that later.
Oh, g'day folks, it's Baz Lenker here. You might know me from one of my many endorsements, and I'm here to just let you know you should subscribe to Matt's channel and like the video. Crack in, as the boys say. What do you think, Abs?
Oh yeah, I think you should subscribe to the channel. All six of us believe it's the best decision you made today. This is endorsed by Bailey Smith's Abs.
Fred once said to me, "Matt, why would you watch the Kardashians? It's just silly nonsense about people I don't care about." And I had to say, thanks a lot, Pete Davidson, for providing me with that quote. But football appeals in exactly the same way. Like a child being put to bed, it's stories that make us feel comfortable with our sports or reality TV. And much like a children's storybook, it's much better when it's illustrated. So I'm joined by Chase. Now, I am a massive Western Bulldogs nuffy.
And I am a Bravo addict.
So we thought we'd share a storyline that we're each particularly passionate about, just to prove how much it's the drama that we're there for.
Not just the balling.
Or the balls.
Before we begin, this is all information gathered from watching the show, absorbing the social media feuds and discourse, and this is all alleged. Do not come for me. This is the rise and fall of an RHO SLC icon.
And these are the rantings of a madman who loves the Western Bulldogs more than life itself. Take it away, Nuffy Matt. All right, I'm telling you all about the Western Bulldogs 2016 Premiership. Firstly, awful, disappointing end to 2014. Really bad off-season. The captain and arguably the best player, Ryan Griffin, left to GWS. Then senior coach also left days later. We traded for Tom Boyd on a 7-year, $7 million contract, one of the biggest ever for such a young player. We then recruited Luke Beveridge as our coach and appointed Bob Murphy as our new captain.
The Real Housewives of Salt Lake City begins, and Jen Shah is the self-appointed MVP, as well as the only Tongan and Hawaiian in a group of white and Mormon Utah women. And she has 8 to 10 personal employees titled the Shah Squad. Needless to say, this lady is a successful powerhouse.
Expectations for our 2015 season were at an all-time low. However, we managed to exceed expectations only to fall agonisingly short in an elimination final against Adelaide by 7 points at the MCG. 2016 was set to be a lot better, but round 3 that year, captain Bob Murphy suffered an ACL season-ending injury. The team played out the rest of the season, finished 7th on the ladder, but limped into finals.
The ladies hop into an iconic Sprinter van for a girls' trip. Jen gets a phone call, and we're treated to some juicy BTS GoPro footage of Jen asking to be unmiked by a castmate, which is an Andy Cohen no-no.
What followed was an unbelievable final series, typified by the idea, why not us? They beat West Coast in Perth, the reigning premiers Hawthorn at the MCG, then in one of the greatest games of all time beat GWS, the immortal enemy, in Sydney. They then went on to beat Sydney in the grand final, breaking their 62-year premiership drought.
Only 12 minutes after Jen leaves, Homeland Security swarms the Sprinter van. They see just released articles saying that Jen Shah has been arrested on wire fraud. Out on bail, Jen's new tagline is,
"The only thing I'm guilty of is being Shaw-mazing."
It's amazing.
To complete the fairy tale, as Luke Beveridge took to the stage to collect his coach's medal, he invited injured captain Bob Murphy onto the stage saying,
"This is your moment. Please do it more than anyone."
Don't tell me you're not crying.
Don't tell me you're not intrigued. That's only half the lore from one franchise.
It's one of the most touching moments in football history. What better story is there than an underdog? And it's hard not to get swept up in those stories, especially when they surround your team. It becomes part of your identity, the way you think of yourself. Every weekend can be determined by a bunch of other players dressed differently to a bunch of other players and how well they perform. When we look back over reality TV, shows like The Biggest Loser, problematic, I know, just bear with me. It was never really about the numbers and weight coming off. It was about fictional Jack who changed his life, now he can play with his kids again. It's a whole market. We want to see people succeed against all odds. Whether in sport or in shows or life, it's a universal passion that entertainment vessels know just how to tap into.
Hey, what's up?
Don't think I forgot to throw the fuel on the fire that is the media. AFL and reality TV are influencer factories, pumping out brand adjacent humans and whipping their rigs out to shill products. Since the beginning of time, sponsorships and endorsements have kept the wheel greased and spinning. For example, Bailey Smith and everything. Cotton On, Barry's Drinks, Abs, Anthony Koutafidis and Souvlaki Hut, McDonald's, Amy, Brand Petrarca and Cooking, Buddy Franklin and Zero Carb Beers, even mini legends, the little tiny nab guys running around selling you home loans as footballers. Reality TV has Kim Kardashian and Skims, Heather Gay and her New York Times bestseller Bad Mormon, Bethany Frankel and the Skinny Girl products.
Divine.
She's the inventor of the Skinny Mug Premix. Ariana Madix and the Something About Her sandwich shop. And Lisa Vanderpump and all of her bars and restaurants. And her amazing last name, of course. Then you've got the media commentators. In the AFL, there's plenty of journalists with sources that are 100% accurate, feeding information to a hungry public that wants to eat up all their gossip. In reality TV, these are commonly referred to as the blogs. My favourite cooker is Kane Corns. He's basically an oven. All he does is drop hot takes. It's my favourite joke of the video. So the next time you're enjoying your footy, much like BT,
From inside the centre square, boys kick the goal! Boys kick the goal! From inside the centre. Fuck! I can't believe that!
just remember, you're watching reality TV in team colours, and there's nothing wrong with that. So YouTube thinks you'll like this video right here on the screen. So tap it, click it, go watch it right now. Might be your new favourite video of all time. Who knows?